There is a class called Stringbuilder. What it does is it solves the purpose of immutability that string has in Java. So what Stringbuilder does is just take a look at this program. Okay. Now, okay, before we understand what exactly Stringbuilder does, take a look at this first program and tell me how many objects are created. How many objects are created from the first program? Quickly. This is one. How many times this loop will run? Anybody please? How many times this loop will run? The loop will be executed 26 times. Reason is that A to Z, these are alphabet characters and alphabet has 26 characters. So this loop will run 26 times, and every time we are doing alpha plus equals to current, which will create a new object, which means total objects that got created was 26 plus 1 equals to 27. And this is one of the drawback of using raw string and raw concatenation. All right. And in order to fill in this gap, there was a new class that was introduced known as Stringbuilder. What Stringbuilder does is it saves your intermediate object creation. So after every string operation that you perform, it won't go and create new object. For example, I'm creating a new Stringbuilder object here, and I'm calling append. Now, append will anyway do the string append, but it will do in place. It will not go and create new object and then append. Right? So the whole point is that Stringbuilder saves the number of object creation. It provides you basically the mutability and chaining. Why Stringbuilder is able to provide the chaining? Because Stringbuilder, any method call that you make on Stringbuilder, it returns a builder. This guy, append, returns string builder type. And that's why we can call append as many times as we want. For example, I can do it something like append, then current, then append, something like hello, or whatever string that we have, we can do that. So this is called a chaining. You call it, and in this case, I'm just calling one method. You can call different methods as well. But it's just that you are just clubbing two different method calls in a single statement. Clear what string builder is used for? It is used, in fact, it is recommended when you are dealing with or whenever you are creating strings dynamically. So you should be, you are recommended to use. What it saves you is that it saves you the number of string objects that gets created in the memory. All right. Clear? Basically, you are saving the heap.
Yes.
Next. Stringbuilder has similar string-like methods. For example, you will be able to do toString. You will be able to do substring out of it. You will be able to do all sort of things. So Stringbuilder has all the index of and everything. You will be able to do it from there. Caret and everything. There are similar methods like string exist in Stringbuilder classes as well. So I'm not going to go over each one of the methods that are available. You can go and check the Java doc. You will be able to use them very, very neatly. There is another class called as string buffer. It has the same property as string builder. It is same. Every property is same, except it is thread safe. It supports thread safe. Thread safety actually. So string buffer supports thread safety, which means, so what exactly is thread safety? Those of you who are familiar, thread safety is something, if I can use a particular object or particular piece of code from different threads, and there is no data inconsistency that happens, all the data are inconsistent, irrespective of whether first thread runs first or second comes first, irrespective of their running time, which means that piece of code is called thread safe. Okay, so again, we'll see that in the detail in the very example that, okay, how we can write thread safe code. But you are right. This is one of the top notch question gets asked in an interview. What is the difference between string builder and string buffer? The number one difference is that string buffer is thread safe, but string builder is not. Now, in order to achieve thread safety, we'll anyway discuss, but just to recap you, in order to achieve thread safety, there is some kind of locking mechanism at certain level that has to be applied. What it means is that if there is some locking mechanism, which means that will sequence your operations, that will somewhere it will try to serialize your operations, and hence it will be slower in terms of the performance, slower performance. But string builder will be highly performant, but it does not support your this thing, okay, highly performant, because it does not have any lock. You can keep on adding appending strings in this and it will work fine. But the only caveat is string builder is not thread safe. Okay. Now, another way of asking the question from these two could be, you will be given some scenarios and then you will be asked what exactly you will use to append all these string. What exactly you will use to create a particular string in a particular manner. And this is again during runtime. So the whole point is you should be knowing whether my use case needs thread safety or not. If you need thread safety, if your code is going to be called from multiple threads, then only you need to think about thread safety first. If your piece of code is only being used from a single thread, then you don't need to worry about thread safety. All right. Clear so far?
Yes.
Comparing equals versus double equals. So double equals always compares the references, And whenever I say references, the value or the address that is present within the reference. But actual string comparison has to be done using equals. Okay, so it compares each character. So string comparison always use equals. Double equals are for your numeric comparison or other mathematical comparisons. Actually, booleans, right? You can use to compare two different boolean expressions. String, you should not be using double equals. Now, let's talk about string pool in the next class. That's fine. I wanted to do a lot of a few different things, but yeah, let's talk about string pool in different class.